We all have different reasons for loving a golf course. I'm sure that the Golf Course Atlas crowd doesn't love Dunes West Golf and River Club in Mount Pleasant, South Carolina. I'm sure they think that it's an abomination of catch basins, containment mounding, and anti-strategy. I'm sure that for some people, it's not okay to love any creation of Arthur Hills. And hell, it may even be objectively correct. But I don't care. Human beings play golf, and human beings feel things. Sure, width and angles can make you feel things. Firm and fast turf can make you feel things. Ross and Rainer can make you feel things. And I'll admit, Dunes West is an unpleasant walk in a gated community with houses in play on 13 holes. But I'm happy to admit that I love it. In spite of all of its flaws, I love it. Heck, maybe even because of some of those flaws, I love it. But mostly, I love it because of the feelings it brings to me. What if I told you that I've played that course 100 times? And each and every one of those rounds was with my dad. And what if rounds with my dad and at least one of my kids number in the double digits? My mom doesn't really play golf anymore. My last round of golf with her was there. If we ever get her back out on the course again, my next one probably will be as well. Heck, I've even got my wife out there with us, and that's a once-in-a-century event for her. True, my dad and I did win the men's invitational there 20 years ago, with a runner-up finish and a couple other close calls in a 15-year run of us playing together. That much golf in a weekend is a tall order for my dad now, but the guys in the Saturday morning blitz still know me and still call me over to have a beer when I walk into the grill room. In the States, we call Dunes West a semi-private club, but in the UK, it had a sign above the door saying visitors welcome. To be honest, it's a course that really punches above its weight class, with a second green that cribs the best of one of Donald Ross's melt-away putting surfaces. Maybe Arthur Hills isn't Dolly, but maybe he's more like Ross Muir, borrowing from one of the great masters. The par 5 fourth uses out of bounds and water to get you comfortable with being uncomfortable for the entire hole. The green sites of the 5th and the 9th capitalize on the ever-present marsh to create postcard backdrops for your approach shots. The holes among the houses can get a little monotonous, but back-to-back execution tests on 16 and 17 snap you out of any stupor you might be in. They're light on strategy, and they just ask you to hit 3 perfect shots. That's all. Miss one of those shots by just a little, and you're either reloading or you're looking for that point you last crossed the hazard margin. En route to our 2005 win, my dad announced to me that he was laying up short of the green on the 17th when we were playing in the shootout, and proceeded to smooth the 9-iron into his buddy's backyard. He looked me in the eye, patted me on the shoulder, and told me to play hard. A nervy 8-iron and 2 terrified putts later, we were somehow in with a par and on our way to winning the 18th in a chip-off, where my dad put it stone dead from 40 yards to redeem himself. That 18th hole isn't the strongest finisher. It's usually just a short iron after a decent tee shot. But the marsh comes right into play on the approach, and it frames the green beautifully. It's no surprise that the most popular wedding site in Mount Pleasant is right behind that 18th green. I've seen all manner of train wrecks on that hole, and I've participated in one myself, hitting a 20-yard pitch shot about 6 feet in another chip-off when we were trying to defend our title. I could wish that some of the holes were better. I could wish that the course played firmer and faster. I could wish that it were historic, like Country Club of Charleston, or cool like Charleston Muni. But honestly, I just wish that I could get down to Mount Pleasant and bring my girls out to play golf with my dad more often than I do. And all the width and angles in the world can't beat that.